Denver is doomed. The reason is a massive alien invasion. Over the last year, 40,000 migrants made their way into the city of just 700,000 people. And turns out that many of them are Al Qaeda members. Yes, there is this damning report published by a portal called Independent Sentinel. As per this report, more than 50 members of the Islamist group have been arrested from the city over the last 2 months only. But Americans, as usual, are hardly bothered about it. As per RNC research, more than 500,000 adult men have crossed into the US over the last 3 years. There is no one to check their background, no one to assess whether they are America's enemies, and obviously no one to bring this invasion to an end. Take Denver, for example. As per NBC News, the city is the top destination per capita for newly arrived migrants in the US. As a result, public safety has gone for a toss. And making things worse, the city on February 5th implemented a new plan to limit the number of days an immigrant can stay in a shelter. This means that those exceeding the stay will be unleashed onto the streets. And again, there is no guarantee that those immigrants abide by the law of the land. This massive influx of immigrants has also crumbled healthcare and education in Denver. For instance, Denver Health, the city's safety net hospital, is asking for more money from both the state and federal governments to help cover $10 million in unpaid medical bills from migrants. According to Denver Mayor Mike Johnston, the city will need $100 million in coming months to pay for housing, schooling, healthcare, and other expenses for these migrants. Frankly speaking, this is an emergency crisis. But you will be shocked to learn what the Department of Homeland Security is doing about it. In a statement, the department said the agency will continue to work with the city in welcoming recently arrived migrants. Their focus is not to throw these aliens out of the city and to provide Americans with safe public environment, but is on how to get Congress to approve more financial aid for their disastrous immigration policy. Now, look at this. The Biden administration has asked Congress for $1.4 billion in grants to local governments and non-profits for temporary food, shelter, and other services for recently arrived migrants. But make no mistake, Denver is not alone. A similar crisis is erupting in a host of cities, including even those located far away from the border.
Americans coast to coast feeling the impact of the worsening crisis at our southern border. Places like Chicago, New York, and Massachusetts declaring emergencies over the migrant influx.
As you said, I am a teacher, and a lot of people were contacting me because a school in my neighborhood in Coney Island, literally there were asylum seekers sleeping in the school, so parents couldn't send their scholars to school, which is depriving students from their education, which is a very big problem.
No wonder why approval ratings of Joe Biden are kissing the ground today. In NBC News polling, just 37% of people favored him, while fewer than 3 in 10 voters approved of his handling of the Israel-Hamas war. Trump, meanwhile, is leading Biden by 5 points, the poll showed. Also in the poll, Trump has the edge of 35 points over Biden on securing the border and controlling immigration, as you can see on your screen. It is clear as Joe Biden drives the nation towards a demographic crisis, people are increasingly resorting to throwing their weight behind the 45th. They realize it could be their last chance to save their nation from total destruction.